Manipulators are like poker cheats. They deal the cards to make you sweat and lose before the first hand. Your job? Don't sit at their table. Keep your emotions in check, respond calmly, and stick to facts. Say something like, "That's an interesting take, but I prefer to focus on the evidence." Staying composed is like cutting the power to their dramatic show. They can't perform without your reactions. When someone's throwing punches, you need a team to hold you steady. Talk to friends, colleagues, or even that neighbor who's seen you take out the trash like clockwork. Their support isn't just moral, it's a shield. Manipulators count on you standing alone, but when you roll in with a crew, it's like showing up to a duel with a full orchestra behind you. Paper doesn't forget, but people do. Write down every accusation, every response, and even the bizarre side comments. Avoid verbal disputes. Manipulators thrive on twisting words. With written records, you become the detective with a folder of undeniable proof. Their reaction? Like a fish out of water, silent and stunned. Let's face it, manipulators hate sunlight. The moment their actions are exposed, the game changes. If your reputation is on the line, calmly present your case with facts. It's like shining a spotlight on a magician's trick. They can't keep fooling people when everyone sees how it's done. Manipulators love to accuse but hate being interrogated. Ask things like, "What evidence supports this?" Or, "How exactly do you justify that claim?" It's like asking why chocolate doesn't grow on trees. It leaves them fumbling for an answer because they're not used to being on the spot. Manipulators thrive in conflict. It's their natural habitat. Don't give them the drama they crave. Instead, suggest, "Let's discuss this privately," or involve a mediator. It's like turning off the music at their party. They're left standing awkwardly, unsure of what to do next. A neutral party is like the referee in a boxing ring. They're not on your side, but they're not on theirs either. Their presence forces manipulators to play fair, or at least try to. This can be the turning point where you finally feel like you're being heard. Manipulators fear exposure like thieves fear security cameras. Drop hints that you're ready to take the issue public or involve experts. Their confidence will waver because transparency is their kryptonite. It's amazing how quickly they back off when they sense their tactics might backfire. Don't stay stuck on defense. Instead, question their logic. Ask, "How does this align with the facts?" It's like asking a cat why it's sitting in a flower pot. They're not ready for the question, and their accusations begin to crumble under scrutiny. When all else fails, bring out the big guns. Formal authorities, whether it's HR, a lawyer, or a mediator, are like calling the cops on a noisy party. It shows you're serious, and suddenly the manipulator realizes the game's over. So you've tried logic, stayed calm, even channeled your inner hero, and still nothing. Your evidence gets ignored, and the accusations keep rolling in like an old broken record. What now? It's time to flip the script so hard that your accuser won't know what hit them. Here's my go-to move: confuse them into silence. For instance, admit guilt, but with a big dose of sarcasm. "Oh, absolutely! I must have done it while teleporting between 3 locations and controlling the weather." This not only highlights the absurdity of their claims, but also shows your confidence. Their response? Usually stunned silence because they weren't ready for this. Another option: call for an investigation yourself. Say something like, "Let's get independent experts to dig into this thoroughly." This bold move makes them squirm. They weren't expecting such transparency. And my personal favorite, ignore the accusations entirely. Manipulators are like mosquitoes. They thrive on your reactions. Deny them the satisfaction, and they'll move on to another target. Meanwhile, you stand tall, calm, and in control. Why does this work? Because accusations are a game. And when you refuse to play by their rules or change the game entirely, they lose their power. It's all about staying strong, confident, and a little unpredictable. Think of it as beating a con artist at their own game. Sometimes the best move is flipping the board with a smile. Dealing with false accusations is no small feat. It's like walking through a storm while keeping your umbrella intact. But remember, the key is to stay calm, think strategically, and never let manipulative tactics shake your confidence. From staying grounded and documenting everything to calling out the absurdity and even flipping the game entirely, you now have the tools to handle even the toughest situations. Every move you make should be deliberate, confident, and, when needed, just a little unexpected. Now it's your turn. What's your go-to strategy for dealing with tricky situations like this? Share your best tips in the comments. We'd love to hear them. And don't forget to check out the other videos in our The Top 10 Lifesaver series for even more practical advice. See you next time.